to the channel. Today we are going to be seeing the top reasons why Agile fails. Failure is part of the process. It's not something to fear, nothing to worry about, it's something to learn from. So today, don't hold your heads on your hands and worry about it. Instead, let's just plain and simple first, let's identify the top reasons why Agile fails. First and foremost, we need to have a clear understanding of what Agile is. I've made a series of videos walking everyone through step by step on what Agile is, on all the ceremonies, what it does, what it includes, what it incorporates. It's very important, very important. That's all I can emphasize on to get a full understanding of what Agile is before we start trying to, consolidate our teams and try to do development in an agile fashion. So again, very important to get a good understanding. Secondly, organization have certain cultures, and these cultures can make it such that, hey, we are ready to learn, we're ready to adapt, we want to succeed, we want to be more agile, right? And it's only when you have that positive go-getter attitude in a culture that there will be a success when we go towards agile. Now, this is the next one is what I fear the most. When you try to just blindly copy, so hey, you have some peers in the industry, you have some competitors who have successfully implemented agile development, and you just try to learn and copy from others. Copying is going to be very dangerous because in my experience, it's always, a different version of Agile that's successful in companies, and the ones that tailor their implementations to their unique, like I said, in an organization culture, understand what Agile is and how it might be useful for them, to their product, to their services, to how those companies are formed. Only together, when you mix all of those variables in, can you have a successful agile implementation? Not if you just blindly copy, hey, these guys did it in this way, so we'll do it in this manner. No, that's going to lead to some failure. An important point is whenever you try something new, right? And this is more than just for the agile part of projects. If you don't go and try this out on a wider scale, it's hard to learn and be successful and get real value from any effort that you're doing, right? If you only say, hey, I want to, like, say, if you're a teacher, right, and you want to try a new style of teaching or some new teaching learning method, right, for your students, and you only do it on the first welcome class, and you never do it after that, you like say you're doing positive reinforcement and you only do it on the first session, and then you say, oh, my whole semester was a disaster because you didn't do the positive reinforcement all across the whole semester. You only did it for the first class. So how do you expect to get rewards from that? Similarly, when you're doing like say an agile process and you only do it for one project and then you like do everything else waterfall or however else you might be doing work, you can't say agile failed. It's because you didn't try hard enough. So restricting agile to only an initial project is going to be top reason why agile fails in an organization. The next thing is in any effort, right? You need to have the right resources. You could have people who are certified Scrum Masters, other certifications in Agile. Now, all of these individuals, an agile coach, all of these people come to your organization, especially when you have never had an agile implementation in the past, come to you with the right skills and experience, and they share that with the rest of your employees and build an organization in that agile culture. So it's important to have the right resources, and not hiring them, is always going to be a problem. Now, one of the reasons why agile will fail is when you are focused on technology, right? You are like, hey, I want to get the latest technology, and that's your focus, right? Everybody's doing cloud, so I want to do cloud. Everybody's doing this programming language, so I want to do that programming language, right? That's well and good, right? But that doesn't equal you being a successful agile development organization, right? Just because, hey, now you are migrating to AWS or Google Cloud or Microsoft Azure, that doesn't make you agile, right? It's how you implement projects and focus on those versus just the technology. So it's important to not just focus on technology. Many a times, there's initiatives that people who understand the real world and the real pains that they're facing will project and propose solutions to those problems. But if you're not able to convince senior management, or rather, senior management is not completely bought into this effort, you will definitely see failure, and Agile is no exception to that. Most importantly, every development that you do is not a project, right? It, it's it's to deliver some value. It's to deliver a product, right? And if you're doing an agile development only to make your projects more agile, what are you going to accomplish? What's the value being generated from that? None, right? It's when you deliver something to the customer of value, like a product, right, that can be measured. Only then you can say that agile was successful. Just because you made a project which is agile doesn't mean anything, and that's not going to be a reason for measure, of success. So important to stay focused on the product side of things and make products more agile versus just a project. Now, a couple of things more that I want to highlight today is why agile fails. Mental blocks, right? Uh, it could be senior management, it could be your staff, it could be uh, fear of failure, various reasons, right? And that those can cause mental blocks. So very important to either have learning sessions, discussions, bring everyone on board, clear these before you start, ideally, You don't want people with mental blocks in your projects and working against you. Similarly, there could be people with biases, right? And that's a problem anywhere in life, of course, but with biases come again people who have already predetermined that Agile is going to fail. And guess what? It will fail at that point. So, these are the top reasons I've identified that why Agile fails. And it's important to recognize them, when you're starting or even when you are having a failure, right? To understand these reasons and prepare for them and, you know, go ahead and either prevent these failures or try to remediate them. So, The next video I'm going to present is on preventing agile fails. And I'll see you then. Thank you very much for visiting my channel today and appreciate any comments or likes and, of course, your subscriptions to my channel. Thank you. Bye bye.